Outdoors Delmarva covers everything outdoors,
including real hunting and fishing situations involving wildlife.
We do our best each week to bring you tasteful content,
but viewer discretion is advised.
Now enjoy the show.
We begin this week at Trap Pond State Park to get ready for the 3rd annual Campout for Kids toy drive.
It's then off to Bell Creek Equipment to see what's new in the world of CF Moto.
Scorchy Talls takes us to Galestown to meet a man with love for a different mode of transportation.
And we spend an afternoon getting dialed in at range time.
Outdoors Delmarva starts right now.
Welcome to Outdoors Delmarva, the show that celebrates our communities, our cultures and traditions, and the places we call home. My name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch. Jason, how did Team Outdoors Delmarva do at the Tangier Classic?
Well, I will say that we had a good time and it was for a good cause. But if I never catch another oyster toadfish ever again in my life, I will consider myself blessed.
This is Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
This is a great time of year for camping.
And it's a great time to start thinking about making a child's life just a little bit brighter.
So we're at Trap Pond State Park in Laurel, right outside the campground store, here with Outdoors Delmarva's Jason Lee. Jason, why are we here?
We are here for the 2nd annual Campout for Kids toy drive, where basically I set up a campsite right next to the campground store, and I'm here all weekend long, and I am just trying to be a point where people can drop toys off to benefit Toys for Tots.
Well, can you show us?
I can absolutely show.
Alrighty.
Now, if you've never been here to Trap Pond State Park, it is one of my favorite places to come. There's so much to do. It is absolutely scenic and beautiful, and it represents the very cool interior resort area of Delmarva. Most people think about the beaches or the bay, but if you're looking for something a little bit more earthy, this is a great place to do it. Trap Pond State Park said, you guys can absolutely come back and do this again. I said, okay, can I get the same campsite that I had last year? And they said, it's all yours. So I have already set up my area. I am ready for the entire weekend.
What are you going to be waiting for?
Well, what we're waiting for is everybody out there who can hear the sound of my voice to go and pick up a toy and bring it by. Like I said, I'm going to be here all weekend. So if you're just like, look, I can be there at 7:30. I will unzip the tent. I will wave to you. I will collect your toy. But yeah, I'm going to be here all weekend. We would love for you to come by, help make a child's Christmas just a little bit better by simply dropping off the toy.
So talk to us a little bit about how did you get into this?
Oh my goodness. For those of you who don't know, I was in the Marine Corps for 8 years, and when I got out in 2004, I wanted to stay connected to the Marine Corps. And this seemed like a perfect opportunity for me to do that, because not only does it keep me connected to the Marine Corps, but it also helps me give back to the community that has supported me my entire life. And so just partnering with Toys for Tots just makes sense. And the folks from the Ocean View chapter who we're partnering with, they're here with us this weekend. They're the ones that are actually going to be taking the toys and making sure that they get delivered out there. So this is just my way of making sure that I'm doing my part to give back.
One small act of kindness can mean the world to a child.
So please make plans to join us at Trap Pond State Park October 10th and 11th for the 3rd annual Camp Out for Kids toy drive.
All of the details can be found at outdoorsdelmarva.com.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, which is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Lauren, it's been a while since we've been out to see our friends at Bell Creek Equipment.
It has, and I think we can remedy that right now and have a little fun at the same time.
Kevin, you got us in a very nice utility vehicle, CF Moto style. You got to tell me all about it, because I'm thinking that we're just going to load this up when we get done here, and I'm going to take this home.
I gotcha. Well, that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
This is the latest model from CF Moto. It's a U10 XL Pro. It's a 3-cylinder instead of a 2-cylinder, and it's extremely quiet, and it's got a hydraulic dump bed. It's stainless steel brake lines, 8-inch display, radio, GPS, it's Sirius. It is an awesome machine. 4,500 pound winch on it. You have a turf mode, you have differential lock, it has a haul mode and a standard mode, so it's got quite a few different modes for you that engages at different RPMs, so you don't tear the turf or it gives you more torque.
This is beautiful. I'm looking forward to taking a test drive, although I think that Lauren's going to beat me to the steering wheel punch on this.
Probably so.
But, you know, if she's happy, I'm happy.
Yep. Well, hopefully she doesn't bury it like the last time.
You want to get out there and you want a vehicle that is going to do the job, and the job might be extensive. It might not just be one job that you're looking for. That's why I was talking about the versatility thing. Like, how many different things can this do that it's going to make it worth my investment? And it sounds to me like if you're looking for something to really do all of the jobs for you, whether that's at home, on the farm, in the trails, in the woods, whatever it might be, this is going to get it done. And you're going to get it done in fashion and in style and comfort, because this really is comfortable.
It's comfortable. And with a payload of 1,000 pounds, and it can dump 1,000 pounds, anybody cutting firewood, you can stack it right in there and go. So you've got a lot of payload, 29-inch tires, so you got a lot of ground clearance. It's like a foot of ground clearance. It's an awesome machine. And this is a 6-seater that can travel up to almost 80 miles an hour. So it's right at 90 horsepower.
Let's also talk about some of the other safety features, because not only do we have the seat belts and we've got, you know, the side curtains, what else are we talking about here?
Well, you've got handlebars here where you can hold on to. You have a top bar here. It's a rollover protection. And as long as you keep your hands in and you got your seatbelt batten, you're not really going to go out of here. You're going to stay safe.
Safety is very important when it comes to utility vehicles, especially if you've got young kids that you're asking them to do chores around the farm. You know, just hop in the CF Moto and take it down there to the barn. You want to make sure that they're as protected in something like this as they are in your own vehicle.
That's correct. And it has a feature that if you don't button the seatbelt, that it only runs about 4 miles an hour. So they have to latch it to make it go.
When I'm looking at buying something that, you know, I'm going to invest in, I'm looking for versatility, reliability, and durability. And I think that it's checking all the boxes.
CF Moto, we've been a dealer for over 15 years, and all 3 of them boxes are well checked. We've got great durability and dependability. They have standard of a 1-year warranty, and we can give the customer up to a 5-year additional warranty. So they'll have a total coverage of 60 months.
Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
Jumping on a bike and pedaling around the campground or through trails can be a great fall activity.
But when it comes to bicycles, riding them isn't the only form of joy, as we see in this week's Remembering Scorchy Taws.
Honoring the life and legacy of Scorchy Taws, thanks to Shorts Marine in Long Neck, Delaware. Shorts Marine, everything but the water.
A bicycle is putty in the hands of Bob Hughes. Has been ever since he spoked his first wheel as a kid. Bob Hughes lives in Galestown. Repairing, rebuilding, and selling bicycles is a hobby with him. A hobby he pursues at an unhurried pace.
I'm 76 and you don't feel like doing a heck of a lot. And I sit out there in my easy chair and somebody wants a bicycle, I wait on them, and then I get ambitious while I do another one or two.
Bob is what you might call a bicycle surgeon. His masterful manipulation of bent and broken bikes has snatched many from the jaws of the junk heap. Nursed back to health, many can be found in front of his Galestown shop, awaiting adoption.
I stuck a sign up out there and for $25, and when people sees that, why, that's as reasonable as you can get one anyplace.
Bob Hughes takes a lot of pride in his work.
I have one sitting here that I just strung all the strings on the fender and put it back original. It's an old Ace made by Arnold Swin.
He also has 50 or 60 ailing bikes in sick bay, awaiting his healing hands. He won't let 'em suffer very long.
In the wintertime, well, I got a little stove here in the garage, and I poke up a fire in it, and I work all winter.
And how can Bob tell when a sick bike is well?
I take it out and ride it, and if it rides right, it's right. If it don't, why, you go back to the bench again.
Scorchy Taws wandering our Delmarvelous land for WBOC News.
Remembering Scorchy Taws is sponsored by Shorts Marine. Online at shortsmarine.com.
Did you know that Trap-On State Park is home to the northernmost naturally occurring stand of bald cypress trees in the United States?
Did you know that Trap Pond was purchased by the government in 1936 for restoration after the pond was drained due to a 1931 flood?
And did you know that in 1951, the Delaware State Parks Commission took over management of the recreation area of Trap Pond, making it Delaware's first state park?
Now you do.
Did You Know is sponsored by North Bay Marina. Outdoors Delmarva will be right back. You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, which is presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards.
It's the first weekend of October, and deer hunting firearms seasons will be here before we know it.
And that means we need to head over to range time.
General firearms season is coming, and in Delaware there is a season called pistol season.
Yes.
And inside those is this particular weapon, which is a straight wall cartridge weapon. And I need something that's going to be able to work with both seasons, and I'm thinking that this might be my gun.
So the straight wall cartridges in Delaware have gone across all the seasons now. Handgun, special antler seasons, all your general firearm seasons, your quality buck seasons. Everybody's using straight wall cartridge now. Nobody's, I shouldn't say anybody, but there are people still using 12 gauge and 20 gauges, but the accuracy, the knockdown power, the recoil felt by the end user is a lot less with these guns. So everybody's kind of moving towards the straight wall cartridge itself.
And not to mention the range. You're telling me that this is probably the one that is really going to do it for me to get across those particular seasons.
We're factoring a couple things in. Distance, deer blinds, if they're hunting from a climber, hunting from a ladder stand, a box blind. We worry about if it's a kid shooting it, so we're looking at length of pull from the end of the buttstock to the trigger, and we're also looking at if guns have brakes on them, because brakes, even though they make the gun quite a bit louder, they keep the recoil down. And then we also look to see if it's a non-braked gun, if it's a threaded barrel, so we can actually install a brake if it doesn't have one on there already.
One other thing that we need to do for this before, I'm ready to take it out there and put it to good use, and we got to get it sighted on.
Right. So this is what we do at range time. Any gun purchased from us, as long as you purchase the gun, the rings, the scope, we sight it in for free. We're one of the only shops that do that. We have a 100-yard outdoor range in. We sight it in for free, meaning You tell me what ammo you're going to shoot out of this gun, and I shoot my ammo, not yours. I shoot my ammo out of it, so you don't have the expense. Everything's expensive nowadays. So we sight it in. I ask your schematics of how you want the round to present on paper. If at 100 yards you want an 1.5 inch high, dead on. You're not taking long shots. You want to be dead on at 100. Or if you're using a Leopold scope and you have to use the adjust parallax and you want to do 100 yards and then adjust it yourself, so you want to be dead on at 100. I usually recommend an 1.5 inch high or 1.25 inch high at 100, so we can lob stuff in at longer distance. But I ask all that stuff. We get a huge spectrum of what you're looking for out of this gun, and then we make it work. And then when you come pick the gun up, you have the confidence going into the woods knowing that this was done professionally, it was Loctited down, it was torqued to spec, and the gun's gonna last just as long as it's supposed to. And you know, because firearms are expensive nowadays, and we want to make sure that our customers happy when they leave here, so we give them the total package.
I want to take the guesswork out of this. I've put money into glass and into a rangefinder, so I think I want to make sure that whatever scope that we get on there is something that I can adjust on the fly, because I certainly don't know 1.5 inches from 1.5 miles
Right.
when it comes down to the excitement and the adrenaline that comes when that deer shows up.
Exactly. So, and that's tailor built. That's what we do. A lot of guys, just like you said, they want to do it that way. Some guys are old Kentucky windage guys, and they're old school, and they want to be able to adjust as they go. But yeah, I mean, we take care of everything. The only thing we do after this, before we do anything, is we do background checks. That's one thing in the state of Delaware, and anybody in federal firearms licensing, it's background check. Nothing goes any farther than this conversation that we have with the customer unless we get a proceed on background.
Don't wait until the last minute to get your hunting firearm field ready.
Stop by Range Time now to utilize all of their great services or check out their website right now.
You're watching Outdoors Delmarva, presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. And now, here are Jason Lee and Lauren Hitch.
It's time to flip through the photo album and take a look at your latest pictures.
Thanks to our friends at North Bay Marina.
Congratulations are in order this week for Abigail Boyle, who received a Species Award citation from Maryland DNR for her 13.8-inch white perch.
We'll keep the applause going for Sydney Faulkner of Hurlock, who took home a trophy at this year's Kids Fishing Derby in Cambridge.
Sometimes smiles are the only award needed, as we see with 3-year-old Jack and Dad Andrew Schumann of Georgetown, as this was their first fishing trip together. Good stuff, guys.
And 10-year-old Willie Hearn of Salisbury has a lifetime memory after catching his first flounder in Ocean City. Way to go, Willie.
Outdoors Delmarva viewer pictures are sponsored by North Bay Marina.
Well, that was fun, and we're glad that you joined us.
And we know you've been taking some great photos, so if you want to submit one for yourself, go to outdoorsdelmarva.com and click the banner at the top of the page, or scan the QR code in the bottom corner of your screen.
We hope to see you right back here again next week, but until then, my name is Jason Lee.
And I'm Lauren Hitch, and we hope to see you
Outdoors Delmarva.
You've been watching Outdoors Delmarva, a Draper Media production, which is proudly presented by Gateway Subaru. Higher standards. Sponsored by Shorts Marine. Everything but the water. By Bell Creek Equipment. For farm, home, or fun, Bell Creek is #1. By Range Time. Time well spent. By Hunter Emery State Farm. Your good neighbor in the outdoors. And by Rudy Marine, where family boating begins.
Jumping on a buck and pedaling around the campground.
Okay.
Jumping on a buck
No,
and
stop.
pedaling
I have to
around the
remember my
campground.
line, and then we have to just jump right into it because I'll forget.
Okay.
Jumping on a bike. Jumping on a bike or pedaling around the camp. Jumping on a bike
and pedaling around the
and pedaling around a
campground.
campground or through trails. jumping on a bike or pedaling around through a campground. Jumping on a bike and pedaling.
That's right.
Or through. Okay.
That's right.